Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Tonight we're back here with the Kill Count with the latest film from the Critters franchise, Critters Attacks. So yeah, it's straight to DVD again. So yeah, this is the last one, hopefully. I don't know for sure. It's been a while. I think this is going to be Zoran's last for a while since, I think we're going back to James for the Urban Legend franchise. So let's wrap up the Critters. So be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we
Hey,
tally
Zoran.
up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm Zoran, all out of bald jokes Gavoyich,
Hopefully.
and today we finish up everything I'm willing to cover on the Critters franchise with Critters Attack, released in 2019. It took 27 years to get new Critters content. Aside from this amazing Critters Bounty Hunter short film by the director of Thanksgiving 3, Jordan Downey.
No, don't say his name!
Too late.
Wait, did
Hi,
somebody
Jordan.
just say my name? Guess it's time to write Thanksgiving 4.
Too late. Sorry, James.
He's really
Really?
a nice guy.
He seems like it.
Even though it took so long, when the critter quills rain, they pour. And we got two unrelated projects in 2019. First, there was this feature-length film, Critters Attack, and then there was the Go
What the
90
new binge?
turned Shudder TV series, Critters: A New Binge, which I would burn out of my memory if I could. Does anyone have a Men in Black neuralizer? Yeah, that'll work too.
Down the hatch.
Oh,
What is
what are we
that?
talking about, Gremlins? Critters Attack
Nope.
is a
There you go.
quasi-reboot with new characters, a new setting, and new critter designs. Now I say quasi because Dee Wallace does make a return,
Dee?
but it's not entirely clear who she is. Her character's named Aunt Dee, but in an interview she said she was reprising the role of Helen Brown from the first film, and that the name change was for legal reasons.
What a crock.
The fifth
Thanks.
Critters film features a whole new team behind the camera. It was written by
Yeah,
Scott
Scott
Lobdell,
Lobdell.
whose writing was previously
Happy
seen on the
Death
Kill
Day.
Count in Happy Death Days 1 and 2. Directing duties fell upon Bobby Miller, best known for writing and directing the horror
Cleanse?
comedy The Cleanse. That had
That's
its
a
own
thing?
little puppet in it. Look at that little cute, disgusting thing. Yeah.
You
The
don't
shoot for
eat
Critters
him.
Attack, much like Critters 2, was an ambitious one.
They tell you not to work with kids, puppets, shoot at night, and we did everything.
As for the
Oops.
critters themselves, the Kyoto brothers did not return due to the low budget. But having gotten their
Ouch.
start in low-budget films, they were happy to hand off the opportunity to someone else.
Give it to the new guys on the block who will
Thanks,
work
kiddo.
really hard, give it the best they can, because for them it's an opportunity to do something, because work gets work.
Those new guys and gals were Amazing 8 Productions, a Canadian-based company started by Werner
Werner
Pretorius,
Pretorius.
whose credits include
Oh,
Deadpool
Deadpool
2,
2.
Peacemaker, and a personal favorite, the Snowpiercer TV show. And I wanted to say I
look at that.
100% admire the commitment and work from the production and FX crew who gave this movie their all, even in the
Aw.
most difficult of circumstances.
We had to bury 3 puppeteers underground. They would have to stay underground for the entire time that we were shooting.
The movie's low budget also caused production to move
hungry.
to South Africa to take advantage of tax breaks, much like Tremors 5 and 6, though thankfully there's no sand for snow.
Can you just pretend
job.
it's snow for me? Dead meat.
No.
Go with
Sorry,
it.
Don.
The cast is a mix of American and South African actors, and the main story follows a girl named Drea whose babysitting gig gets interrupted by a new Critters invasion. Most of the previous films had kids in lead roles with some success. But Critters Attack feels like an early 90s family-friendly Moonbeam entertainment film. Kind of like Prehysteria, but with more gore thrown in. The end result is a tone
Okay.
that's just
All over the
off.
place?
The characters feel just a bit broad and cartoonish. And yes, while the original films definitely had cartoony elements, its characters still acted like real people. I mean, this one has a guy who tries to impress Drea with a mixtape of bagpipe music.
You're hitting it. You're really hitting it.
It even goes full Gremlins this time around by introducing a good critter named Bianca. Not Gremlins. It's all pretty
Sorry.
hokey and a lot of the jokes are crappy, but in its favor, it's the first R-rated Critters
Oh.
movie, and they make the most of that rating by upping the gore with lots of practical effects. Will the first
Cool.
R-rated Critters give us the blood we should only expect when accompanied by a parent or guardian? Let's find
Shall
out
we
and
find
get
out?
to the kills.
This is R-rated? Huh. Actually, kind of curious about this. Also, not sure why they did that, but I guess they figured, well, it's Critters. No one's gonna take it seriously. But then again, with R, you kind of have to sometimes, I mean, considering this is the same guy who made Deadpool 2 and Peacemaker, yeah, you know what was gonna happen. And let's get to it. let's see how many kills these new critters get with this new requel or retread. Let's find out.
The movie begins in Somewheresville, USA, where a shooting star lands on a nearby fog machine. A late-night sushi delivery guy named Kevin sees it while paying subtle homage to Charlie from the first film. At least, you know, if being a skinny dude on a bicycle counts as homage. Kevin follows the meteorite to discover it's actually a generic spaceship with a far too small hole for this red-eyed creature to come out of. But that doesn't stop it from escaping and killing the sushi man by pulling him off screen. If only he'd been skilled in the art of unagi. The next day, we see Kevin's body moving, but I didn't mess up putting him on the count. It's just some critter babies hatching out of his dead body. I guess this movie's sprites skip the nonsensical multiplying egg phase and just hatch right out of their host.
Chest bursters.
Seems familiar. The proud Papa Balroni watches his little meatballs from afar. Ah, they grow up so fast. Literally, as they are now full grown and ready for snackies. Director Bobby Miller knew that they had to keep the critters practical.
I think fans of the movies would have shot me in the street if we came out with CGI critters.
Oh, what?
No, put that down, put that down. Don't do that.
Where'd this come from? The new critter puppets were designed by Werner Pretorius of Amazing Ape Studios, and he tried to stay close to the look of the first film.
They're gnarly, they're animal-like, they're still a little scary, and then as the series goes, they get a little more cartoonish.
These creatures use the same combination of hand puppets and remote control animatronics, but do have one improvement.
We actually ended up completely separating the puppets' heads from their bodies just so we could get that range of movement that we wanted.
Personally, the design looks a little off to me, kind of like tiny gorillas with their noses, but I guess that's the Amazing Ape influence. Still, damned impressive puppetry. Kevin's co-worker at this strip mall sushi stop is Drea, who spent last night crying over a rejection letter from Leroy College. That's the school her mom went to briefly before having to drop out to give birth to her. Drea wants to honor her mom by attending, since she died 2 years ago in a car accident. Because of that, Drea lives with her uncle Sheriff Lou, who's well-meaning but has a hard time relating to her and her 12-year-old brother Philip, who's obsessed with aliens. As proven when he uses this Disneyland map to tell his uncle where they may have landed last night.
Were they butt naked? You know, if they're butt naked, it's quite funny.
I mean, alien boobies are funny, especially if there's 3 of them. Drea has to deliver a sushi order to Leroy's campus, and after taking a moment to mourn her mom, she gets out to search for literally anyone. Why? Why is this college campus empty? I don't understand how you got rejected. Admissions seem to be low. Eventually, a guy shows up looking, James said to say, straight out of Imperium? Did I say that right? I don't know what that means. Dre is immediately smitten with this strong chin chappie, and his dimples you could lose your keys in. This all-American Gregory Sachs is played by all-South African actor Tristan de Beer. Drea drinks in de Beer like she's at a De Beers game until she runs into an old friend named Mandy, who's here to provide awkward hugs and receive clunky exposition.
Well, you got into our dream school, and I didn't.
Since Mandy feels bad for Drea, she tells her about a job babysitting a professor's kids. Drea doesn't want to join the Babysitters Club at first, but since it might help her get admitted to the college, she relents and takes the job. And...
Question. Did they ever explain why she didn't get accepted? Like, okay, I think I can think of a few reasons. Like, 1, the grades aren't good enough. 2, messy reasons that she could sue for. Like, you know, the whole skin color deal, I don't know. Or 3, connections to mom, since remember what she said? You know, the mom dropped out to give birth to her, and I guess they didn't want to deal with another dropout. I think. I don't know. The last 2 sound like they're just kind of like discriminating against her. But still, I don't know. Would you take the job, like, to babysit the kids if you got rejected to the university? I mean, I don't know if I would. I would just come to rival school, which I kind of did, but... Anyway, moving along.
Now there's a guy camping in the woods. All right, well, this is Outdoor
Hello,
Dougie, a
Friday the
self-styled
13th reference.
influencer who we met earlier at the sushi restaurant.
I just got some new merch for my online store. Outdoor Dougie Stress Ball.
What kind of shameless person plugs their merch like that?
Hi.
No, not now, not now.
Not now, get out.
Dougie is distracted by this clever critter and attacked from the side before quickly being dragged off screen.
Night, Dougie.
Though thankfully, we do get to see the aftermath of the kill as they chow down and make more critter babies. Hey, I'm Doug, and I'm out of here. This This kill was surprisingly shot during the day, with 3 puppeteers buried under a plywood platform covered in leaves. Good lord, puppeteers are badasses. I salute you. Somewhere else in America, we meet Dee Wallace's character who lives in a house of furry devils. Now, whether she's Helen Brown or a bounty hunter or, someone who once tried to sex up Dean Winchester, we at least know she's some kind of high-tech secret spy. A generic movie computer tells her that Krites have landed again, so she heads out to hunt. After leaving her cats with a sitter, of course.
Which one needs the insulin shot?
Little Herrick.
Well, that's a nice little nod to the director of the first Critters, Stephen Herrick. All right, Dee, see you later, alligator. To the mutation. There's no time for legacy characters anyway. We've got new characters to meet, like Ranger
Let 'em
Bob,
die.
previously seen on the Kill Count in
Oh,
Leprechaun
Leprechaun.
Returns. While bird watching, he gets burgle cut, so he goes to clean up in one of those good old-fashioned American outdoor showers. A nearby Krite makes its way up this apple box shower caddy and offers to be Ranger Bob's loofah. He then exfoliates the life out of the Ranger, and Bob becomes a blob
Right in the head.
of blood. Bye there,
Bye, Bob.
buckaroo. The Krites stick to the title with another Critters attack when they overpower Bob's fellow Rangers, Jonathan and Carol. They're killed discreetly behind the blinds, but thank boo-boo, we get to see this Pickanickapock Rangers a little later. Looks like it's...
Man, I gotta say, I think this is actually the most humans kills we ever see on the show. Like, think about it. We only had a few, each, movie. The only one I think actually was able to beat it was 2. I think. Well, the second movie, And I actually don't remember how many kills were there. So far, I think they're about to blow 2 out of the water. Shall we?
babysitting time as Drea arrives at Professor Lacey's chalet. The professor is ever so briefly played by Tanya Van Gran, previously seen on the Kill Count being forced to kiss Bert's son, Travis. Yuck, gross.
Poor
Her
Travis.
kids that Drea is babysitting are precocious nerd Trissy, whom Philip has a crush on, which is why he agreed to tag along. And then there's little brother Jake, who only communicates via text. So what makes him different than other kids today, am I right?
Hey!
Oh, childhood is dead. Dr. Lacey escapes the room before Drea's tournament of boredom can begin with a jab at the original film's release date.
Anybody want to play a card game?
What is this, 1986?
To move things along, they go for a picnic in the woods, where Philip tries to find the nerve to talk to Trissy. Ugh, if only they had some common ground to bond over. Like, say, a woodland critter without the Christmas?
What if it was an alien?
That'd be cool.
Aw, she believes in aliens. You're in, Philip. Trissy notices this albino predator is injured and decides, if it bleeds, we can keep it. They then shove the puppet into her pack to make things easier on the effects crew, and it's there she shall stay for most of the film. On their way out of the woods, lead critter Scarface sees them taking the albino Krite with them. And why wouldn't they? An unknown animal with a mouthful of sharp teeth would make a great pet. Just, you know, top-notch babysitting, Drea. Scarface calls for Bubbles 2.0 to follow them. At least I think he does, since this is the only Critters movie without any subtitles for the normally chatty Krites. Apparently, when it came to talking, the higher-ups at Warner Brothers said, Critters don't do that. You know, like they were talking about Batman and oral sex. In any case, Bubbles hitches a ride inside their trunk. The other critters follow in a shot my friend Ben helped with. No, not Dead Meat Ben. Dude Bro Party star Ben Geely. He helps supervise production and rolls some critters before disappearing into a bush like Homer Simpson. Unlike previous Critters films, these Krites aren't bowling balls covered in fur.
Spoiler alert, they're basketballs covered in fur.
The harem of globe choppers
So instead
set
of
their
bowling
sights
balls,
on a
we got
telephone
basketballs.
worker with the best fucking reaction to seeing critters.
Okay.
The telephone repairman with perfect timing is perfectly eaten by the critters in a very bloody kill. Another critter proves baldness is hereditary, presumably inheriting his scalp from the previous films. And it looks like its eyes are bigger than its own, as it chews on a wire that somehow takes out all the cell phone service in the area. Yeah, I don't think that's how cell phones work, but I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. The outage then leaves Jake without his only character trait.
Hey, Jake, what's the matter? No signal.
I'm sorry, but did he put up his hoodie just so he could take it off with disgust a minute later? Oh, Jake, you shitty little unizoomer. They patch up the albino critter and decide to give it a name.
How about Snowball?
Simpsons did it!
What about Bianca?
I like that.
Bianca? Why'd they name her that? You got any ideas, dead meat researcher Emma?
I got nothing.
All good, because I can actually ask someone who worked on the film. My buddy, Dude Bro Ben.
Hey, Ben? Ben?
That's where the numbers are. He's over here.
Yeah, wrong way.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Zora.
Hey, what are you doing in my
I was
shower?
wondering, why did they name the good critter Bianca?
Well, you see, in Italian, Bianca has several meanings. It can mean pure, as in pure of heart, like Bianca, our hero, or white, as in the color of her fur, which was chosen specifically to make her stand apart from the classic dark gray fur of the critters.
Awesome. Bye, Ben.
Bye, Zord.
Also,
Philip wants
how'd
to
you get in my
remember the
shower?
moment the franchise...
Okay, you gotta admit, like, the fact he was like, oh, hi, how you doing? Like, he had no qualms about him just showing up while he was showering. I know it's just a skit, but you get the idea. It's pretty funny. Anyway, back with Bianca.
franchise jumped the shark, so he grabs his phone from the car. And when he hears a noise coming from the back, he decides to look in the tunk, snapping a quick pic that he shares with his sister.
It's blurry, but I think it's an alien.
Seriously? You don't believe him?
I mean, you're
You
looking
are
at the alien
standing
right there.
next to one. God, you're worse than Scully. Well, if the picture didn't convince Drea, the real thing should, as it bites into Jake's leg, who reacts by just kind of standing there and screaming and not, fighting back in any way. Luckily, Drea kicks it away, which is something the Kyoto brothers always hated in the previous films.
In a scene, they're fighting a critter and they kick it or they hit it, and you say, no, there's a hand in there.
They very easily make it out of the house, but Trissy wants to go back for Bianca, who, can't move on her own for fear of revealing the puppeteer. Drea thinks Bianca could be dangerous, but Trissy's believing the strangest things and loving that alien. Drea then casually strolls back into the house to find bubbles everywhere and lots of globs of green, which means we can add our first pincushion of a
Bianca
critter to the
first
count, courtesy of Bianca herself. She grabs the white crate and gets back to the car, but I guess this is one of those cars from Blood Drive as it's leaking its plasma petrol, forcing them to walk to the police station to see their Uncle Lewis. They get there and fail to convince him of their alien experience since he refuses to look at the picture Philip took. Hey guys, why don't you just try showing him the alien you have in Trissy's backpack? Come on! Well, with Unky too drunky and skeptical for them, the kids decide to go to South Park for help.
We're just gonna go see Chef. Sure, he'll be able to help us.
Well, as long as the Super Adventure Club hasn't gotten to him first. Meanwhile,
Yeah, no
Aunt Dee
kidding.
has been using her royalty-free PKE meter to track down Kreitz and add 1 to the bounty board with her modified airsoft rifle. She finds the crashed spaceship and reveals that Bianca the Good Critter is actually an alien queen.
Hello, Your Highness.
This joke
Seems familiar.
In an attempt to redeem his character, Uncle Lewis looks into things by drunk driving to the Lacey house. But hey, who's gonna pull him over? He's the only cop in town. He sees indirect evidence of alien creatures, then direct evidence of them when they ambush him. The critters force him into his car, where he turns on the police siren and discovers a weakness that proves that these attackers might be from Mars. The high-pitched sound causes this spirit Halloween crate to shake until it blows up in a great gloopy mess.
Cool.
The super intelligent creature beneath the car avoids destruction from this new plot device by chewing through the siren's power cord, and then somehow climbing through the floor of the car, where he sits and wait to eventually reenact an urban legend.
Hey kid, how would you
Hello.
like to own your very own Bianca from the movie Critters Attack?
Thanks.
Oh.
Okay, I'll
sorry
take it back.
to bother you.
Yoink.
Take this. Bianca, coming soon to a garbage
Garbage
can
can near you.
The kids are...
Ouch. See. Still a lot of human deaths so far. Krites are catching up though. Who knows? Maybe we'll have an even split soon. Alright, back to Famous Sushi.
Arrive at Famous Sushi, where they have an easier time convincing Chef of the alien stuff. Probably because, they show him the alien they're carrying around. He then asks them what their plan is.
State police.
That's quite a drive.
Yeah, especially when you don't know what state this is supposed to be in. The replacement plan is to go to Leroy College and grab Professor Lacey's satellite phone, previously seen on the kill count calling Bert from not Canada. This endlessly spinning planning scene is interrupted by Uncle Lou's cop car crashing the dinner party. Looks like he's brought more party
Lou's
crashes
dead.
with him, as critter balls roll around like toothy tumbleweeds.
Right.
A couple
Is
of
he
these
alive?
munchies enjoy a Michael Myers midnight snack, until
Poor
one
puppy.
pukes up a fresh puma, bro.
Damn teenagers.
I guess voice actor Steve Bloom liked that callback, since he's the one that voiced the critters this time around. He's probably known by most as
Bebop.
Spike from Cowboy Bebop, but I know him as Ludgar Brink in LucasArts' point-and-click adventure, The Dig. Oh yeah, and he's frickin' Wolverine. Drea channels
Going
Brad
on?
Brown and decides to go it alone, and it doesn't prove to be too much of an issue, as she finds Uncle Lewis napping after eating too many hot wings. Nope, wait, that's supposed to be blood. He wakes up to tell Drea some stuff about her mom, like he was responsible for her death, blah 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 blah. Oh, and the critters can be killed by high-pitched sounds. You know, like a symbiote. Unburdened and of no more use to this plot, Sheriff Uncle Lewis dies of his ridiculously long critter quill wounds. Drea easily makes her way to the delivery van past another kill. This guy that she doesn't even fake try to help. And weirdly enough, he's also the same extra scene here, but reused through editing that changes his hat and hoodie from this shot. Gotta save that money. We also see some unknown person's bones. And I know James doesn't like bastard skellies, but this one seems pretty fresh to me. Ahoy,
ahoy. Okay, fine.
Always know. Chef takes his sushi knives and slices this very inanimate critter's head clean off. Ooh, yeah,
that is a
channeling
one-shot
Mrs.
knife.
Reggie's there. I can respect that. Drea gets in the van and Philip asks about Uncle Lewis.
Drea.
Dad.
Remember something for me.
What?
High-pitched sounds.
Oh, seriously? Just gonna gloss over your uncle's death, not even address it? You know, why can't any of these people act like humans? Like me, I'm acting like a human right now. I'm really a bounty hunter. The kids make it to the college campus where Drea hopes to get a ring of keys from Sean, a security guard seen earlier who tried to woo her with bagpipe music. She then hears bagpipes in the distance that might be playing Celebrate by Kool and the Gang. And when she follows it, she finds Sean, deader than a Wrath of Khan Spock, with the bagpipes send off to boot. Damn, Drea, even critters got into this college that rejected you. Back in the car, Jake has his first line of the film.
I think they keep finding us because of Bianca.
Worth the wait. And that checks out. That critter that chose all the scar options for his avatar was sniffing around in the park earlier. Now, they're still in need of the keys for Professor Lacey's office, so they head to the hall where Greg and Mandy are still decorating for this school's, like, I don't know, 10 total students? Drea explains there be monsters on campus. But Mandy thinks it's a prank and leaves. Greg sticks around, though, to chat himself up and volunteer to go get Sean's keys.
I can run incredibly fast.
And my abs are so firm you could grate cheese on them! He runs off and his boast gets tested when a rumble heralds the return of the critter ball from part 2. You know what? Kudos to them for bringing that back. It goes after Greg and easily outpaces him, thus crushing the deeply dimpled Dasher.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Come on.
Yeah, that is too bad. If only the audience had gotten to see it. Unfortunately, our researcher Emma couldn't find a lot of behind-the-scenes info on this new critter ball.
Shit.
I tried.
All good.
We got
I can just ask Dude Bro Ben again.
Wrong way.
Damn it, that's the number set. Over here, over here.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Zorn.
What are you doing?
How were you able to make the new critter ball? Well, that was pretty cool. So basically the ball itself was a large inflatable membrane that had a skin of critter faces stitched over it. So it was very lightweight, 10 feet tall, and you could just roll it down the street with a couple of guys. How did you get the close-up? Oh, right. So for the close-up, where you see the critters moving on the ball, they made a horizontal wooden frame. Underneath, our entire puppeteer team got under there and would move the puppets, while the camera actually panned in a close-up over the moving screen. That is so cool. We got a pretty clever team. All right. Bye, Ben. Bye, Zorn.
Seriously, aren't you gonna help him?
That
Really?
doesn't count.
After a half-assed inspirational speech delivered with all the intensity of a wet mop, they find their mom's office and quickly figure out the keypad code is Trissy's birthday. Oh good, so glad we spent the last 10 minutes on this Legend of Zelda Water Temple key quest. They get in and find another bastard Skelly that, ooh, actually maybe we should...
No Skelly. No.
Alright, get it out of here, critter. They run off, but Bianca starts making weird noises.
She's upset.
She's not the only one.
Yeah.
They leave the
About
Yas
what?
Queen behind so she can take care of her unfinished business with the other Krites. Then they run away! Run away! Past
Get
Mandy,
out of the
who
house!
casually finds another student being eaten alive in the toilet paper room. Much like Drea, she fails to help him or act like an actual human.
I'm so sorry.
And thus,
Sorry.
Leroy's student charges his way
He's out.
onto the count. A believer
Still has
now,
11
Mandy
points.
catches up with the rest of the cast. She and Drea squash their beef, then decide that instead of running, they're gonna stay and fight. They arm up inside a shed. Seems familiar.
Familiar?
And although there is no battle axe for Mandy, there is an air horn, so they can take advantage of the super dumb, they hate high-pitched noises plot point. Drea uses the air horn to blow up 3 static critters on the field, before turning her attention to Scarface. Unfortunately, the horn wasn't filled aplenty, and runs out of juice as more critters approach. The kids prepare for battle, as does Bianca, with her Cyclops eyes and Wolverine claws. Thus kicking off a 2-location all-out
critter fight!
I count 6 for Bianca, who slices and dices them up like Julie Alien fries. The kids then bop their way through 9 in these aftermath shots, and 15 in this shot, for a total of 30 critters killed to a sound-alike cover of Friends Forever. Damn. Scarface is the last Krite standing, and finally remembers that they have quills. He shoots Philip in the neck and Dre in the arm, but unlike the previous films...
Ouch!
Fine.
God damn it. Okay, whatever. She takes the petered out quill and pushes it to
right
the
in the eye.
limited movement
Now
of
you're blind.
Scarface's eye. It doesn't kill him, but this blast from a howling mad Aunt D's gun does. Having shown
Thanks,
up
D.
in the 11th hour like Sally in the Texas Chainsaw requel. Drea immediately acts like Drea upon seeing someone helpful.
5 against 1. We can fight that bitch.
You are literally the
She
worst.
helped you.
Auntie then introduces herself and
Idiot.
sidesteps explaining her backstory by exploding 2 more Krites like popcorn.
You wanna see
She hands
more?
the nearest
Come on.
kid a gun, just like Sally in the Texas Chainsaw requel, and heads off to find the
As you
Queen
do.
Krite. She finds Bianca feasting on a pile of critters, and even though the lighting is nearly as dark as AVP Requiem, I'm gonna say there are 6 critters to add here. 3 around her, 1 in the foreground, 1 in the background, and this decapitated one here.
There.
Before Aunt D can dethrone the queen, Bianca saves her by shooting 1 more Krite between the eyes, which then reminds D that some aliens can be good. The kids then wrap up all their character crap. Drea decides she doesn't need to attend Leroy College anymore, much like many other applicants. And Philip, oh, Jesus, man, take the thing out of your neck already.
How are you not bleeding out?
Oh, no. You guys are gross.
Ugh, amen to that, Jake. And thankfully, it looks like the movie's finally over. That is until
sure?
the critter ball arrives.
Oh,
which
come
was once
on!
an exciting thing for me to experience. It reverse Rockies down the stairs while Agent Dre and Agent K Can I Get My Money Now pause for dramatic effect before blowing up the critter ball with After Effects tutorial flair.
Jeez,
And honestly, because
851?
I don't care anymore, I'm just gonna add the same 804 critters calculated for the last ball.
Actually, there were some comments about the accuracy of my math that I'd like to address.
I don't care.
But I made a chart.
The movie then ends with a real dumb joke, or, you know, whatever this...
Seriously, aren't you gonna
Told you aliens are real.
Shut up.
How many critters attacked my ability to enjoy this movie? Let's find
Let's
out
find
and
out.
get to the...
Numbers?
Crap. Critter ball!
Oh, God!
Bastard skeleton!
Oh, God, he bulldogged him.
I brought that from home.
Yeah, did you see that running bulldog I did on him?
I don't know what that means!
Nice, James. Elbow! Poor Soren.
Well, 11 people died in Critters Attack. 10 men and 1 woman,
Lady.
proving the critters don't attack equality in the workplace. With a runtime of 89 minutes, that gives us a kill on average every 8.1 minutes.
Cool.
As for the bounty board, we can add 851 critters. 14 for Bianca, 1 for Chef, 1 for the sheriff, and 835 for the kids and, you know, whatever Aunt D was. Giving us a critter kill on average every 6.2 seconds. Which makes this the highest creature kill count. Not that that's a thing at all. But hey, James doesn't have to be sad about this one, because I'm already not happy about it. As for the franchise totals, we can add 30 humans or humanoid aliens that were killed. That is, if I include the random polar ice guard I forgot to count in Critters 2. Yes, I read your comments. Still, this pales in comparison to the 1,697 critters
Krites
whose balls were busted across all 5 movies. Now I'm done with ball jokes. We'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to the telephone repairman, mainly because of his reaction.
Okay.
But Plus, you know, I feel bad for giving the dull machete and tremors to those phone workers. Telephone repair industry deserves better. Dull
And
machete
dull
for
machete
latest
here?
kill goes to Gregory Sachs. I
Hey,
know
we
there
don't
were
even
plenty
see-
of crappy off-screen kills, but this one pissed me off the most because it's a freaking critter ball, and it is a crime not to show us that wiggly skeletal aftermath.
Meh.
The Bounty Booty Award for Best Critter Kill goes to, I don't know, this one?
Chef,
Sure,
yeah.
okay, I don't care anymore.
Bloody.
And that's it. Critters Attack came out in 2019 and is,
Good.
you know, not great, but still head and
No.
shoulders above the Go 90 abortion that was a new binge. Don't even get me started. I'm not covering it. So,
Good.
thus ends our time with the Krites, and me as your host, since James returns next week with Urban Legend. And without a TARDIS to walk off into, I'm just gonna say, until we meet again, I'm a man who once opened for Harold Ramis at a synagogue comedy show, and this
has been the Kill Count.
There we go, another reign of...
Whew! Well, critters are done and dusted, and I gotta admit, like, just beliefs and logic do you have to make with this? Like, you for real? Well, that's another franchise done and dusted, so don't want to worry about critters or Krites. So, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, like Scott for more. I'll see you around. Adios.